Hello and welcome, guys. This is Team Fortress TV, a week 2 fixture of Fenneks against Tony's Tigers, aka Team ZZ. We're gonna have me casting tonight with kaidus together, and we're really looking forward for this game. We have DavidTheWin on the camera, and it's gonna be Gullywash and Snakewater. So kaidus, what do you expect from this game tonight?
I think this is going to be probably quite a straightforward fixture for Team, Tony's Tigers, they're going by these days. I've played them several times on these two maps this week. They look pretty strong, especially on Snakewater. They're very, very strong on Snakewater. I could see Fenneks, having maybe a chance for a round or two on Gully. They didn't look as strong on Gully as I've seen them on the other maps that we've played so far this season, but I think this is going to be ZZ's 6 points one way or the other. It's just a question of, and Fenneks take some dignity along the way.
But to be honest, Fenneks seem to be quite strong in the PCWs. We didn't play them that often the last time, but I was looking over their logs and all the stuff, and they had some close games and they were getting some points from the big teams. So let's see, maybe we'll see a surprise tonight and they're gonna get some points. But yeah, I do agree, we didn't play ZZ at all, but they seem to be really good on Snakewater from what I saw. And yeah, but Gullywash is such a weird map actually, because a sniper can actually change the whole game, as we saw yesterday in your game as well. Forsaken did such a huge difference. I don't think Fenneks have such a strong sniper as Forsaken is, but still it could go either way. If they have some picks with a sniper or some off classes.
Yeah, I mean, there's Flippy to consider, I guess. Like you say, normally a sniper is something you can fall back on a map like Gully, but I could see it kind of working the other way, where if anything's just going wrong for Tony's Tigers, they can literally just crack out Flippy, and it's kind of just like a band-aid. If their team play isn't really together on the map, or they're losing mids, they can just crack out Flippy, and he's probably going to win them a round or so, or at least a mid or so, win them various fights. It's going to be interesting to see, I guess, how Tony's Tigers are actually playing tonight, because I mean, I know from PCWs that they seem to be playing with Zebbo as a kind of combo scout at the moment. At least he's playing near the combo on scout to try and aid with the calls, since they've put tech back to pocket and all of this. But it's going to be interesting to see how that's working. I mean, I know they're a team full of talented players, but I mean, this is still kind of the Prem division, and there is even the lower teams like Fenneks, there is still an amount of team play they've gained by playing together over the weeks.
Yeah,
and I know this map is definitely not one that at least Zebbosai favors. I think he's having a pretty large hand in their call structure at the moment, even though he's playing scout. And I know it's not a map that he particularly favors. And generally, when you don't like a map, it's because you're maybe not as good at that map as you are other maps, or you don't have as many ideas of how to play it. So I mean, I don't know. There's the slight potential for something to happen for Fenneks, where if they can just win mids. I mean, we saw yesterday in my game, if you can win mids, it's really making it hard for the other team. And I know that from playing what they call Tony's Tigers, I've only really seen them kind of do one real approach to mid. They're not really, I don't know, other than maybe potentially Flippy sniping, they have a pretty static way of playing mids. It's kind of something that always happens with Zebbosai teams. He has his way of playing, and he wants to play that way, and he wants to enforce his play style on the other team. And so yeah, I don't know, it could be interesting, but I think we're playing Snakewater first, right?
Yeah, I think so. It looks like it. I'm on the sorcery. Actually, David just told me to be on the sorcery because they're setting up a relay. But yeah, it looks to be Snakewater for the first map. Yeah, we'll see how that game will go. I guess ZZ are really strong, as you mentioned before. On Snakewater, I saw playing them against, I can't even remember who it was. I guess it was against TLR the one day. They were really solid on these middles. TLR is usually really good on the middles because they're playing it aggressive, and it's really hard to deal with this aggression. But this is playing it so well together and focusing down the targets pretty decent. So this is I don't know, they have the advantage of focus firing pretty good and all the stuff. Fenneks might miss that still. They're playing together for, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks now. So this might be the advantage for ZZ, because they know each other kind of from BK and like I can't remember. Like yeah, it was BK, wasn't it?
Well,
Like
yeah,
the
they're kind of
Stark
like
and
they're a
Zebo.
mixture of like two kind of old groups of players that have kind of come together. I mean, I guess you have Zebo and Rib that have been together. It feels like
Yeah.
since the dawn of time. Stark's used to them, I guess, after last season, and Stark and Zebo played it back in Insomniac together as well. But those two have actually been together a lot. And then you have Stark, who Stark knows Tech and Bull quite well. Like he's very much in with the French kind of circle jerk, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Who am I missing? I feel like I'm missing someone. And Flippy, obviously, yeah, Flippy's in with, like, you got the three French. Stark's like the connection between the French. And then on the other side, Zeb and Rib are really tight as well. So they do, like, I think they have like a good like personal chemistry going on that team. It's kind of allowing them, even though they're switching things up all the time, it feels like, classic Zebbosai style, they do have a lot of personal chemistry, I feel like. I mean, we heard their comms in the cast last week. Like, they were having a lot of fun. They're clearly getting on very well together. And yeah, why not? But I mean, yeah, based on my experience, I don't give a lot of hope to Fenneks on Snake Water. I feel like if they're going to get anything out tonight, it's probably going to come on Gully. tonythetiger is looking too strong on Snake for my taste, and yeah.
Yeah, I do agree, but like I don't know, like that maybe there will be a surprise. Like who knows? But yeah, probably like ZZ is really strong on Snake Water, so I doubt they're gonna drop any point on that. But yeah, we can't really know. But maybe they're having a bad day. Like everything can pretty much happen. This is TF2.
Yeah,
it's a good thing about it.
I think the key for Fenneks will be if they can keep Sparrowdrap alive from mids. I mean, if like I don't see them having a lot of like winning that many mids, but like Snake Water is a game where if your medic's not dying on every mid, it's making it a lot easier to play and to kind of stay in the game and not just gotta get rolled over. So I think a lot of it's going to come down to how well Sparrowdrap is surviving the mids and actually able to keep the game going at like a slower pace and not let them just get kind of rolled over.
Yeah, that's true. Like Snake Water, it's even like possible to like fight, like defend this last point with an Uber disadvantage, and if you have the medic alive, and like it's really hard to push it like Uber v Uber, because I don't know, like Snake Water is really hard to fight, and Spouter is actually doing a really good job. Like from what I've seen in the PCWs, like he's so strong and like surviving and all the stuff. But actually we've gone live, and like whoever just joined us now, this is week 2 fixture, Fenneks against Team ZZ, season 21, powered by TT eSports. It's me, kaidus, and kaidus on the microphone, David on the camera, and we're gonna go for the first middle, at least like on the right side, like just pushing some aggression on the left. It's not really finding any sticks. We have one soldier from ZZ behind him in kitchen, and he's just jumping in now. He's getting kinda denied, or at least going down, because he was like staying alone there the whole time. Tech is doing so much work, and it's not really looking good for Fenneks. They lost 3 players. Like ZZ were all weak, but they still like won it because they had such a good position and didn't die, and were just like all on red health, but they could just like still rush over the point and just get this round for free, pretty much this middle. Sword did stay alive though, so we're gonna see a last defense from Fenneks now.
Yeah, it's good that Sparrowdrap survived, exactly what we were talking about in the start. And Stark, I forgot to mention him really earlier. He's so annoying on these mids. We saw him earlier just now. He went into kitchen, and kind of as a team, when you see a soldier go into kitchen, you think you're kind of okay. And okay, there's a soldier in kitchen, we'll be aware that he's there, but then he just pops out like at the perfect moment, it feels like. So we do see the Uber coming in on the left now. Kind of a messed up Uber. The pocket Tech getting juggled really hard by the stickies, and Bult's actually going to struggle to get out. He's being juggled in by alle. alle with terrific juggling. Is he going to get away? Oh, the connects the pipes.
Oh yeah, he's connecting the pipe.
Full advantage now to push out.
That's really good. Tech is going down as well, so that's like 2 players advantage for Team Fenneks. We have 2 players hiding in cheese though. Like Stark is sitting there as a roaming soldier and just waiting for them to push, and he's gonna go for the backup, it looks like. Like they're still on second point. He's fighting them easy. He's actually going for the medic. He's on Sparda now, finding a rocket but didn't manage to kill him. Sparda survives this pretty decent. So they still have the Uber advantage, and they can just like use it to push the middle. ZZ is just like getting spawners. They're positioning themselves really far back, like on their side of the middle. So this is probably gonna be a free middle for Team Fenneks. You don't even have to use this Uber.
Yeah, Flippy going down as well. I was going to say Flippy was like the only person that really I expected to give any kind of nuisance to Sparrowdrap, but with him going down, that's basically the entire flank has been like kept in check by Fenneks. They're doing like a really good job actually, like keeping hold of this Uber. Now that in theory they can take CP2 for free as well, and even if they get forced, like, they're probably going to get it capped.
Like they're taking so long. Like ZZ is already on 70%, and they're still like buffing up, but they don't want to risk to fight the second or push the second point for some reason. Like it looks like they're just holding middle.
I think maybe they just lost time. Like it can be quite flustering, I guess, for like a low prem team to kind of make these pushes out of last, and maybe somewhere along the road, you know, they were kind of so intense in what they were doing, they just kind of lost track. But we do see the Uber popped It's going to be a very late pop for Bull, so it's not looking so great for Fenneks now. They just need to back up to mid and try and survive. Tech juggling the pocket, Tom not able to get out, so they can potentially stabilize, but they need to find some early damage or an early frag, as we do see Tony's Tigers pushing in on the top right, taking the high ground, but being well contested. A lot of red players actually for Tony Tigers, but it looks like Fenneks are going to just give up the mid. Tom going to get forward spawn, and they're probably going to stabilize on 2 now. But
yeah, and these keep on pushing, like they know they have the 2 players advantage. Tom with the forward spawn though, I don't think he can do anything with that. He's just like jumping. Oh no, he's actually staying in. Like he will try and go for. Oh, he's just spawning back. Never mind. So Zizi will take the second point for free. It's equal Ubers again, and Fenneks will just try and hold the last as much as they can. We might see an off class. Hank is actually going for that sniper and trying to like get the advantage out of them maybe. Oh, okay, he just switched back to scout, so they just decide to like hold the last point there with an Uber v Uber, because it will be pretty hard for Zizi to push out anyways. Oh.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of poking top lobby now, but I mean Stark's already spawned. Like we kind of saw, I don't know, in the cast I did the other day, we saw it was actually, I think it was your team actually.
Yeah, it was my team. We just
I felt like there was a few mistakes going on where they kind of went for sacks, and you took like you had off classes, like a heavy had to change back to scout and things like this, and it was sort of by the time everyone had actually been ready to push, they already had their spawners back, and the pushes didn't go so well. But Fenneks clearly learning from the Dogs' mistakes here, and just playing it slow when they realized Stark spawn, just taking lobby control, kind of fishing for a pick and making it a bit tough for Tony's Tigers to do anything. But Flippy's actually up on Sniper. I'm not sure when that happened, but they're now aware of it. Tom got the spot out on it.
Oh, he's dying though to pipe to alle. That's unfortunate. Like they still have the 1 player advantage again. Damn Easy is just trying to go for the force. He lands 1 rocket onto Bull, but dies immediately, and the force is coming out from Fenneks as well, so they're just trading Uber. This is not looking good for Fenneks. They really have to fall back there. Like Zizi is already aggressive on them. Hank is going down somewhere on the flank as well. alle is going down. So that's 3 players down for Fenneks, and Zizi will just like keep on pushing. Zebbosai is coming in from the top right. He's onto that soldier, and he's going really weak. He's gonna die as well. Spider with the 2 swords, not gonna help him though. They're on the last point and they're gonna get the round, and this is 1-0 for Tony Tigers there.
I was gonna say it was looking pretty promising for Fenneks. I mean, like they had lobby control and they killed Flippy, so this time they actually had the chance to do something with the pick they gained. And damn easy went in for the sack, and that all made sense. So he didn't get the pick, but at least strategically it all kind of made sense. But then Tom just decided to go forward, and it didn't really pay off at all. We are back on another mid. Looks like damn easy actually this time going for the kitchen play. Again, pretty much the same kind of standoff we're seeing on mid, but damn easy finding an early kill, so it's actually looking a lot better for Fenneks. They're taking top control, and Tony's Tigers look flustered. They're just backing out. They don't want to fight this anymore. Tech's been caught in. Ribs found a frag somewhere, but pretty good mid for Fenneks. They've taken complete control, and they can push the 2 with picks.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Like Rib just focused backwards onto easy pretty much, and then they were like all far back, and they didn't even watch the point, and Fenneks would just walk across the point for free. It was pretty good actually from Fenneks. It was really well played metal, and nice follow up onto damn easy's distraction. Zebbosai is chasing Sparda now, and Sparda is going down. That was like, I don't know, that shouldn't really happen. Like they were pushing on the left hand side. Tom just kind of overextended there and died there really early, and then Sparda was left alone on the left, and Zebbosai just chased him all the way and like killed him with his deathmatch abilities. And it was, I don't know, this shouldn't really happen. Like the middle was so good, and then they just overrushed things, and then they died 1 by 1.
Yeah, alle got caught out as well. It's a couple of times we've seen alle getting caught out in these sorts of situations, just kind of moving around the map in various places. He's just slightly out of position or being surprised, not checking a corner. Didn't actually see it from his perspective, but 1 or 2 deaths now. I mean, some good play as well, but 1 or 2 deaths that's just kind of putting a stopper in any momentum they're building. And again, they're back on last. Uber's roughly even. I mean, Bull has a slight advantage, but I mean, it's only 20-30%. If they're building well, then it's the kind of thing you can kite with a heavy, but they're actually just playing standard 6. I'm not sure if maybe, I think maybe they're not aware they've actually lost time on the Uber, or I'm not sure what's happening here because they have no off class in there.
Yeah, Bull obviously knows about it, so they're gonna push straight away. It looks like they're going top right. Sparta's only on 80%. They're gonna pop through this door with a scout and a soldier. They're going really aggressive. There's nothing on the point, so they're just pushing them back. And there's the cap time of the point from Flip. That was really good. Fenneks might get it on time though. Like they're just coming back out again with the heals, finding 3 frags there, and they do have the Uber advantage as well. So that was actually not too bad. Like they probably focused the point a little bit too late. Like Flippy went for that point, but he didn't manage to cap it off in time, and then Fenneks could just come back in after the Uber was failed. So they probably should have started capping while they were still Ubered.
Yeah, it looked like maybe some split decisions. Looked like they wanted to go for the medic frag in the first place, and then they realized he kind of got away, and then they decided to focus the point. But by that time it was just a bit too late. Not sure if top right was the best place to push, but enough about that, because we actually have Fenneks Ubering onto mid. Very early pop. Flippy up on Sniper. I'm not sure if they've spotted him out, or if they just popped early for him, or whatever the case is there. But they find Tech. They're probably going to get the cap. Bull not really close to Uber yet, but tonythetiger's actually jumped in, found a frag, and frag's being traded left and right here. Yeah, this is probably going to go tonythetiger's way.
Yeah, it looks like 4 players dead there. They're just playing it really passive though, like, they actually get the force out of them, which is pretty good for Fenneks. Flippy is killing Tom there, that was really nice picks, but the scout is still behind it, push like tonythetiger to push on. They actually find the frag on Danny, and now they should go, like they still have the Uber advantage, and they have the player advantage as well. Which should allow them to go onto the second point if they like go on time now.
Yeah, Ali's playing forward, he's got some stickies on the height. It looks like he's just trying to do some delay. So the play actually going on from damn easy, trying to find Bull on the right, but that's not going to come to anything. Flippy now with complete control of lobby as well, playing from the window, so lobby's not really an option for Fenneks. They're going to just have to again find themselves back on this last. But 10 minutes gone, well 9 minutes gone, only 1-0. It's reasonably decent performance from Fenneks so far. They're winning fights, they just don't really know how to convert them into like momentum, it seems, and the combo for ZZ currently poking lower but opting to actually do nothing with it. They're probably going to slow it down, wait for the Flippy pick.
Yeah, it looks like it. Like they're just putting some heals onto Flippy, and he will try to find the frag. We do see an off class on Fenneks side as well from Hank here. So it's gonna be Flippy against Hank. I'm not even sure where Hank is sniping though. Like it didn't. Oh, he's sniping onto under. Like he's on top right. He's not even like trying to go for the sniper v sniper. He's just like trying to kill someone in that Uber fight or something like that. They will expect them to push and just want to get like this one frag. Looks like to just like delay things even more. But they kind of have to do something. Like they are not in the lead. Like tonythetiger could actually wait, but that's a frag onto Tech, and Fenneks should now like peek a little bit into lobby and like see if they can do something with it. Stark is like really far back onto second point as well. Fenneks is taking the control of the lobby here again. Let's see if they're gonna do something with it. Or Demis is actually gonna pick, so now they should fall back. Ali is really tagged as well by Zebbosai, but he's dying though, so it's a 5-on-5 situation. They're just like staying in lobby, but Flippy is still alive, so they should be really aware of that. They shouldn't really go.
Yeah, Tony's Tigers are playing quite far back, so the only real option for Fenneks if they want to is to Uber early out, and that's exactly what they've done. They've Ubered in early, but again, it's one of these weird trades. They Uber in early and then they force, but then they don't really know what to do with it, and they're just falling back, and suddenly they're caught out in lobby, more Uber left for ZZ, and it's the exact same mistake we saw in the first round, like the exact same thing costing them this round. It looks like they just try and Uber out that lobby, and they really have nothing going for them when they make that play, and they just get chased back into lobby. The frags come in, everyone's down apart from damn easy, the respawner. It's a full wipe, and it's round 2 to Tony's Tigers, but it's kind of disappointing because they're playing okay. It's actually exactly the same mistake as last round that ended up costing them.
I mean, like they're in the position where they kind of have to do something, because like ZZ is obviously like in the lead with 1-0, and they have to do something, but it's like really hard to push out of Snakewater last, especially when it's like Uber v Uber. Like they can't do much with it there. Well, we do see another middle though. Like Whip is playing really far back, just sticking up the own kitchen. Like he just used all of his stickies to just like sticky up, so they're playing a like really passive aggressive middle. Damn easy's jumping across the point. Whip's just ignoring them, walking across, but he's dying too early though. This middle is actually like pretty decent for Fenneks. Like they do have the good position. Hank is all the way into their face, but there's no follow up from the team because they have a roaming soldier into their face, and like Tech is just like doing all the work here. Ali is the last one alive with 14 HP. Gets the kill as well. That was actually like not too bad in the beginning. Like Whip died really early, but they couldn't, like they didn't manage to get any position advantage of that. Like,
yeah. When the medic went down, it looked to me like they kind of, those 3 players left over, Ali and the 2 scouts, looked like they probably wanted to go for a medic play or something like this, but there was just no real coordination. They had 1 scout back up, 1 scout front, and Ali in the middle, just not really sure who to support, and it ended up really doing nothing in the end. But yeah, it was a decent attempt for them. Like the double soldier aggression is something new we're seeing from them on mids. Really trying to change the pace and get some rounds back on the board, but look, just wasn't happening this time.
Yeah, we do see an Uber advantage for them and an Uber push onto last. They're chasing Demo all the way back into spawn, so there's nothing on point. They should go for the point now with the players they have alive, but they're actually trying to go for the frags here, and Fenneks is just killing them one by one. Just Ali and Sparta alive. I don't know how they all died there. Like, that was actually like looking really good for Fenneks there, but somehow they all died pretty much to the same spam there.
Ali almost with a big play at the end, getting 2 out of 4. Like, Yeah, not enough, but pretty decent consolation. Something for the fantasy points afterwards.
Yeah, we do see another middle coming up. It's alle on the right. Alle is just like spamming onto Rip there. Spamming the top right area, so really passive middle so far for Fenneks. Like they're just waiting. This is soldier onto alle's face. Alle lost all his position. It's 4 players dead though for ZZ. This is really looking good for Fenneks. Like alle just took all the attention of the soldier. He just dodged him and like managed to survive. Like the soldier died really early to Fenneks scouts there, and then they had the people advantage. So it's an Uber advantage for Bullets going down as well to a nice chase there by Hank and Damn Easy. So that's a full Uber advantage for Fenneks and Sparador.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what Hank's doing all the way forward, like when they have one soldier capping. Now he's finally found his way back to mid and actually going to get mid capped. But yeah, that was a really impressive mid. We actually see Tom go down and picked by Zebbosai, which is going to help him defend this last. But to still go back to that mid, I thought it was really nice play by Tom. Like I expected him to be distracted by Stark's bomb, but what he did instead was he just focused Zebbosai, who's trying to follow up on this bomb by Stark. So while the scouts traded Stark out, Tom actually picked up Zebbosai, which was, I felt like, the crucial frag that opened the whole mid up for Fenneks. So yeah, just to give credit to Tom there.
Yeah, also like David like just told us we have the team comps as well, and there's like an Uber advantage for Fenneks. We have an sentry defense for ZZ. So which comps do you want to hear there?
I want to hear the Fenneks voice. See what they're going to muster.
Let's go to the Fenneks comps.
I'm in.
I need.
You're 3, you're 3. This is where you have to...
Focusing right, focus damage.
I'm coming right.
I'm down.
I need a sentry. Focus demo.
Demo down.
Nice,
Nice, guys.
focus. Soldier.
Kill a medic or something.
Behind you.
Down.
Kill the skill.
I'm coming.
He's 50.
I'm down.
We have no kills.
No, but we all pushed through the door. Like, why? The
I
clock in one.
I heard soldier and demo.
Yeah, soldier demo through door and a scout through drop door.
Yeah, I heard double scout.
No, it got
No,
recall.
sorry, I told after change.
I got back spawn.
I was ready for double scout.
Yeah, so it actually like looked like Fenneks didn't have much coordination there. Like one of them were hearing like we Uber the scouts in, and then they had like people all over the place.
Yeah, but even when they got in, there was like kind of weird calls. Someone was focusing, someone was calling to focus the gun, someone called to focus the demo, someone called to focus the medic at the same time as someone was going for the point. So a pretty messy push, but I guess this is to be expected when you're only getting kind of one chance to push last for an entire game. Kind of generally takes the teams a few tries to really get the feel for it against a particular team.
Yeah, it really is. Like it's really unfortunate. Like they had the Uber advantage, but they didn't really do anything with it because they overrushed things and like didn't focus at all. But we do see another like last push from ZZ, and this is looking so much better. Like this is how you push last, like just focusing the frags and then just cleaning it up. That was like really
such
sweet.
a fast pushback. Like they were
really
defending
nice.
their last like 45 seconds ago. That was incredible. Like we didn't even have time to really talk about what happened on the last, and they were already capping the round out. Like that was an incredible pushback.
That was really decent. So yeah, we have another middle coming up. Whip is getting under pressure. Like the last middles for Fenneks were looking pretty good actually. So far, like they're just like spamming around it, just a spam fight. Whip is actually going for the jump together with the roaming soldier and finding like 3 frag there. That was really nice. Like Tech was jumping in, and in that moment Rip was jumping in as well, and they just managed to kill pretty much all of them. Like just them easy alive. I don't know. He wanna kinda go, but he really can't because they know he's there, and so really nice middle by ZZ there. There's nothing Fenneks could do about it.
Yeah, Damies is actually behind, so he's kind of just trying to buy time now for his team. I mean, he's kind of taking a 1v3 at the moment. I'm not sure if this is the right course of action. I think he was hoping that they wouldn't expect him, but I mean, come on, this is Tony's Tigers. They know what's happening, they're great. But yeah, Damies is going down. Full advantage for Bull to take this too. I would imagine they're going to just try and take it for free and roll this Uber into last and cap the game out. It looks like pretty much that's what they're going to do. Although Bull is delaying to kind of heal his place up on the point. It took a lot of damage coming in, but still 50% on the clock for them. They're setting up to push lower now, and this is the push I've seen them do in PCWs. It's working so well for them. Just coming in lower, spotting out what's where, and they have the option to go left or right. Looks like they're focusing right this time, going for the frags on Tech. Well, at least Tech's focusing on Tom.
Killing Sparrowed right here.
Yeah, so they got 2 kills. They're actually trading frags out, kind of a 4v3 situation at the moment, but they actually find all the kills, and it's going to be 5-0.
Yeah,
pretty much
Zebbosai
what
was
we
like the
expected.
3 or 4k here. Well, that's unfortunate. Like Fenneks did have some good middles there and some good defenses on like last point and all the stuff, but they somehow like really struggled to like push out of some points. Like they had a slight advantage, but then they like tended to uber too early or like didn't focus at all, and then that's why they didn't like manage to get anything out of it. But like the middles, for example, they were playing really decent. I guess it was, I don't know, we can actually like look it up on the logs, but I guess it wasn't like 5-0 on the mid fights at least. This was pretty close.
For my eyes, like they were generating advantages like reasonably well and reasonably often. Like they were winning mids. I mean, what they won 2 out of 5 mids, which isn't really so bad if you're losing 5-0. Like that's a pretty good ratio to have. And I mean, they had chances to push last with advantage. They were pushing points reasonably well. But yeah, just kind of not able to be clinical enough in the vital moments. So what do the logs tell us though?
Yeah, it's like so many more kills for or tonythetiger even. Like I always keep mixing it up. They have like 76 kills in the team, and like Fenneks got always 43 kills there. It's only 2k damage difference, which isn't so much, but yeah, still like the focus fire was so much better from ZZ, so that's why they obviously like win the round, because like if you get the frags and then use the advantage properly, then you obviously win the game. And that's how it's happening. Like we see Tech on 24 kills. Like he was doing such a good work, like especially on like that last middle, for example, or in some last pushes we saw them finding like 3 or 4 kills, like together with the team obviously. Like they timed it really well and then jumped in aggressive together and then did manage to find the frags. But Tech was having a really good game, like he's top damaging as well, and like 24 kills, only 7 deaths for him, even if he was playing like really aggressive. Fenneks died like way more often. They really struggled to deal with the aggression of ZZ there.
Yeah, like Alle's stats I think are kind of interesting because he's the top fragger of his team, but it also has like 12 deaths, which is the 3rd highest on his team. I mean, he had quite like a conflicted game, I thought, for him. Like there was a lot of moments where he was kind of keeping his team in it with picks and finding frags when they really needed to generate advantages, but then in some other moments just getting picked a little bit too much in situations where as a demo you really don't expect to die. I mean, there are times when you're going to be focused, but at this level you have to like expect it. Like there's a few times like when they won mid, they tried to push on, and alle was the first one to go down, just kind of getting caught out, not checking corners as a team and things like this. So it's kind of these small mistakes when you're playing a team like Tony's Tigers. God, I hate this name, it's so cringy to say. But when you're playing a team like Tony's Tigers, these are the kind of mistakes that actually end up costing you rounds, because like one pick, like I mean, we saw that, was it the 4th round, where they just defended their last and just pushed them back in less than a minute, basically, took the round. It would have been a TCM round if the game was anything close, but yeah, like those are like, that's exactly what can happen when you play Tony's Tigers. They play fast, they play hard, so if you give them these like demo frags, then yeah, it's going to cost you big time, buddy.
Yeah, obviously, like it's also like at some points like we saw advantages for Fenneks obviously, and then they were like thinking they had to do something, but obviously ZZ or tonythetiger like knows they have the disadvantage, and then they positioned like really far back and they were like well prepared for a push, and then they countered it really well and like made them pop very early and all those stuff. So well played to ZZ, of course.
Yeah, I think Fenneks can be reasonably happy with this though. I mean, it would be nice for them. I mean, this is their 2nd match. They haven't got a round on the board this season so far. I mean, they didn't get completely whitewashed last week. It was a 5-0, 3-0 in the end. But 5-0, 3-0, and now 5-0. I really hope for them they get some rounds on the board, because this is, I think for a team of their quality, this is kind of harsher than they deserve. Like we are seeing decent performances from them, like within reason. Like if you're kind of judging like relatively to the teams they've been faced in the first few weeks, it's a relatively hard set of fixtures. And I think they're doing okay, really. Like there's promise in their play, but just need to find a way to actually convert it into rounds at the moment. It's the biggest problem.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, we kind of expected it on Sniper. Let's see if there will be a different game on Gullywood this time. Like, I guess like ZZ is really on point today, so I don't think they're gonna drop anything there, but we will see. Like, the middles were close, so maybe if they like do a proper push and coordinate their pushes a little bit better, like they could get some rounds.
Yeah, I believe. I think if there's a map that anyone's gonna, well, that Fenneks can take maps off of ZZ on right now, it's Gullywash. I mean, I haven't really seen like Tony's Tigers. PCWs have been kind of random, but Gullywash is the only map I've really seen them kind of lose consistently, like a couple of days in a row at a time when they're winning other maps. But we are going live, so it's all going to become clear very soon.
Yeah, we should actually like watch the Team ZZ's comp for the first middle, because we didn't on the last map. Let's join into these guys. There we go.
I'm fast on shoot.
Do it right.
Got left. Hurt me a lot.
It's 2 scouts right.
I'm very weak left side.
Something bottom, something
Oh,
bottom.
2 scouts. Solly, scout valley.
1 scout down.
Nice.
Okay, I'm going aggro.
Still a soldier behind us maybe.
So
Range
launch.
above.
Get that soldier, get
I'm
that soldier.
jumping
Nice.
down.
Hold that soldier, hold that soldier. Nice, there we go. Good
I'm
focus.
chasing choke.
I'm chasing big door.
I'm coming choke with stack.
I'm on them. Demo is top. He split.
Medic 60 on lobby.
Scout big door.
Scout, yeah, he
Scout
took
on me,
21.
yeah.
Get out.
Get back to...
Big Hank! Those 2 frags there, completely bailing his team out from the dredges. Completely back in control of the game now.
Bull get forced there though and choke. So this will be a new advantage for Fenneks. Like Tech's trying to go for the force. Actually Spouter pops off with Uber as well. Oh, that was kinda early in my opinion, I guess. Like he could have probably held it for a little bit long. But yeah, really nice middle there. They chase a little bit too deep and then end up dying there in the end, but still there was a really like solid middle. Fenneks kinda gave it for free though.
Yeah, but Ribbon's Zebbosai down again, so even though, like you said, they popped the Uber off a bit early, I think they wanted to just, like, secure the next point. I mean, they knew they had the frags to take it, so the Uber wasn't going to cost them too hard, and they actually find Ribbon's Zebbosai, which means they get CP2, which is something that wasn't really possible until that happened, so they're going to get CP2. Ubers are pretty much, even if actually got, like, a small advantage that I doubt they know about, it's not really going to be relevant, but what it does mean, it means that ZZ have no chance to push out. Like, Fenneks are probably expecting a push out because they know they Ubered, like, a lot before them. But they're actually going to be completely stable on this CP2, and when they finally get Uber, they're going to realize that they can just push last, and they're actually going to get a go to take the lead in this game.
Yeah, we do see Flippy on sniper, like it's equal Ubers now. Flippy is almost finding the frag. Tom was like shot there, he's on Riverside. Zebbosai is dying though, Stark is dying as well. And this is actually looking really good for Fenneks. Like if they get the force out of ZZ now, they can actually like find some frags and then go back in with the player advantage here. We do see them easy in water, so they could like go for a flank play. Like if they go back in now and play it well together, Hank is in water as well. Hank is going in from now, so they're all distracted, they're all on the point. And we see Hank coming in, getting the... Oh, Ali's not in position though, and that was unfortunate. Like, they kinda mix up stuff.
He was part of the respawn wave. He actually died originally to Zebbosai when Fenneks gave away both their scout frags. They actually got alle in return, so yeah, alle just was kind of coming in late and actually gets a late death as a result of it. Probably better that he just stayed out of that exchange in the end, because I think by the time he arrived it was already over. And again, we're seeing one of these really swift pushbacks from Tony's Tigers already on mid. This mid is theirs. There's no chance for Fenneks to get back into it. Sparrow needs to stay alive, probably get top position now. I don't think they have much chance of holding this from the floor. You just think about getting a force and not getting rolled all the way back to last.
Yeah, they should like try and fight them a little bit, so they can maybe like get a force out of Bull here. But they're actually pushing it without you. But Tech is finding so good damage onto Tom there it was. And he's just falling back, connecting back with the heals. So that's a lot of weak players for Team Dizzy. Fenneks is not trying to fight the second point though. So they should just like... Oh, they're actually pushing straight to last. They're kinda outnumbered there on last. Either way, like Sprouter got the Uber now as well. And Fenneks should be able to like push them back into Riverside. Tech was really weak. Somehow Zebbosai is finding some frags on the flank there though, and she's just like going for last and they're capping it off. Like this Uber exchange was like actually so much better for Fenneks in the beginning. Like they Ubered so much later and they had more players, but then they just died on the flank.
alle got dropped from the Uber. Well, I say it dropped. They were kind of transitioning back from Riverside to last, and it was at that moment that they found the Bull Uber. And yeah, I think Sparrow couldn't get it on alle in time, so he actually died just before the Ubers came. But we're back on another mid. Both demos playing from choke, and we're seeing aggression from Damn Easy really early onto River, getting picked off, but they trade it for Flippy and Zebbosai, so no scouts on the board for ZZ. This is actually really important for Fenneks, but they're actually losing numbers themselves now, and they're very deep in mid. They need to just try and lock this out and secure like position rather than going for frags with Stark from behind. But Hank, oh my god! alle was on 5 HP and Hank just rolls in and saves the day, but he does go down eventually, and it looks like ZZ are going to take control of this middle.
Yeah, again, like another middle for ZZ, but we still see Sprouter alive, which is pretty good. Like he's playing the middles pretty solid. Like he's backing out really early and like saving Fenneks to like fight on second points or on last points even. Like we saw it on Snakewood as well. He almost survived every middle. And now he's alive again, and they have like good position on the top there. Tech is jumping around, finding good damage onto them though. Dania is dying on the flank here, a little bit of overextension. Grip is dying though, and that's an Uber trade. Like Fenneks is trying to chase it. I don't think it's a good idea, like trying to fight it. Like Tom is just going down now, and this is like just too easy for ZZ, to be fair. Like ZZ had more people up, and They shouldn't have really gone for that. Like they should have just fall out straight away. There was really an overextend there by Tom. He
Yeah,
shouldn't have stayed.
just lingering a little bit too long, but in the meantime, Dammy's actually managed to find Bull, so as long as they can just kind of wave off any potential aggression from ZZ now, which they are going to do. I mean, Denny is up on heavy, so any bombs are going to be completely futile. They're actually going to have a larger advantage, and they picked Zebbosai. That's a really, really nice pick to have when you're pushing out of last, because you can pretty much expect Flippy to be on sniper, as he currently is. So with Zebbosai down, you basically, as long as you get a spot on that sniper, you know there's not really a whole lot of backcap potential, and with the Uber advantage, they can already like take ground, start taking position, but both their scouts are in. This is very risky. The scouts are in alone, and Hank's dying early. Denny needs to kind of make sure he's surviving now. Flippy currently playing from big door with the sniper, and they are trying to re-push, but I mean, all Farad needs to do is get this Uber and they can crush them. Like, they're completely too close at the moment, and they actually back off, and Tony the Tiger gets in and gets the force, but I mean, they take the frags, they still have a flash to get in if they want to go. I mean, there is a sniper, so if they can just break through this choke, they have numbers technically, like in virtue of having the better classes for the situation. They are going in now, but it's probably a little bit too late. The respawns are coming in for ZZ now. Stark's back on the field, but Bull's actually going down. What the hell, Denia?
Denia was a 2k onto Bull and ripped. That is really well played. Like, he just flanked them. Like, Ellie was going into that choke, and like all the attention was on to Ellie, and then Denia just comes in from the flank and just killing 2 players of them, which is really good. Like,
it's absolutely massive. I mean, I thought that was looking really bad for him for a moment, but oh my god, I saw this drop the Sparrow.
Oh,
he catches the long-range rocket. Oh, that's so unfortunate. This is classic Fenneks. They get something really nice going and then get a little bit ahead of themselves, rush a transition, and just get caught out by something relatively basic, checking above choke. I mean, that's Gullywash 101 pretty much, if we're being honest.
yeah, he was like hiding really like high on the top. Like, he was sitting on this lamp, like really up in the air. I guess Tom even like checked the lower top, if you know what I mean, but he didn't check the lamp properly, and then like Stark just dropped down because he thought he was getting like positioned already. Like, he thought Tom saw him already, and then he just dropped down, and as he said in the chat, he almost fucked it up. But he still managed to find the frag on Sparrow, so we'll see in the
Danny is on last to spy. He actually might get this. I don't think anyone's there, unless Stark is hiding in sneaky. Danny is checking underneath. He's not checked sneaky though, but he might get this. He really genuinely might get this. I don't think there's anyone there.
Oh!
Wow, that's 1-1.
Oh my god. So Fenneks back in the game?
Yeah.
There we go. That was probably all planned, like they wanted to drop Sparrow, and then Daniel can just go for the backup.
It's a classic tactic. Everyone does this.
So we do see another middle coming up. Ellie from the choke again, and wait, let's actually watch some Roma action. Like, Stark was with the early aggression onto Ellie. Ellie was like falling back a little bit. Stark's not doing much. He's jumping in now, finding good rocket onto the scout and killing Sparrow as well. So that's 3 players dead for Fenneks. Everyone's on red health pretty much. There's Bull alive though for Team Dizzy, so they just like play it with the heals, and then they are winning this middle. Like, Stark with the early damage on the scouts, and then like just finding the frag onto Sparrow.
Yep, 6 for 1 and a Roma at that. That's a pretty convincing mid. A pretty bit much a total spanking for Fenneks there, just so they maybe were getting some momentum going. We have the double pyro. Rules being broken currently by Fenneks, but they have a spy, a heavy, and a pyro. The Uber does come in from main. The pyro doing not the greatest denial job, if we're going to be honest. The heavy is buffed, so the heavy's going to take some time. Damn easy really needs to do something with spy, or this is just going to be an absolute crush. He gets ribbed, but I mean, this is too little too late, if we're being honest. They really need spam and just genuine frags at the moment, not just a random pick. And yeah, that's a convincing round from Tony's Tigers.
Yeah, so it's 2-1 and ZZ again in the lead. Well, Ali is like going big dot this time, so we might see an like aggressive middle onto top right. This would be interesting actually. He's just spamming up top right. They're trying to take the position on the top right area. They have like 3 players up top right. We have Hank dying really early though, but it's they still managed to find 4 frags onto Dizzy. Like, they have really good position. Dizzy couldn't really take any ground there on that middle. Like, they were just walking up top right. We had Hank early on them. He died, but he still managed to like bait them to go back. So this is like pretty promising for Fenneks. Like, they do have another Uber advantage. We should actually like go for the comms this time. Like, see how they want to get this push onto last.
Yep.
Go lower, go lower.
They
They
don't
got
see
sentry. They have a sentry.
Okay, let's go Soldier and Demo Man main. And Damnizy and Orc, you go, just come for buff, guys. Wait, come for buff.
I'm taking help pick.
I'm good.
We should
Okay.
go quick, they're gonna get Uber.
Okay, let's go, guys. One scout go under.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm going under.
Focus on Pyro took lots. I'm coming, Tom. Wait a bit. Oh, sorry.
I'm down. No, I can't
Third
stand
down.
solid sentry. Maybe it's in spawn.
Sentry weak.
I'm done.
Sentry down.
What are you doing?
Somebody you're on the floor. Go back.
It's a little bit.
Oh, this is so unfortunate. Like, Sparta actually with the right call there, like, they had so much time. They had like 30 seconds till Bull got the Uber. Like, he still doesn't have it. Like, someone made a call, oh, we have to rush it. Like, we have to go. They almost have the Uber, but where he was already only on like 30%. And Sparta actually said, like, let's go with the scout and the demo, which is the right decision because they expected the pyro there and they can't really go with the soldier. So, I don't know, like, the pyro kind of crushed the Uber and denied it totally, so they were just like going with soldier and demo from main, which is, I don't know, you can't do that with an Uber advantage. Like, Sparta even said it, and it was the right call, but they just didn't make it.
Yeah, it looked like I don't know, this kind of classic thing that some teams do when they're kind of in a really intense game or a game that like feels intense to them at the time. Like, they just try and, when they have an Uber advantage, they try and win the fight in that Uber time, you know? Like, they have 8 seconds of invulnerability, they feel like they have to kill everyone in that time, and Tom was just kind of jumping ahead, trying to get frags before the pyro was down. But this is easy moving in, they've come into lobby, they've popped actually off in lobby, so they can take this to last. I mean, that cap's secured. I mean, Tom is kind of overextending on balcony. Actually, the whole Fenneks team is on balcony, they're getting completely sandwiched. What is going on? They're just
Sparta's dying with 98%, like, they just probably wanted to try and stay aggressive because like Sparta almost had the Uber, but he's dying on 98%, which is pretty unlucky, and that's a complete wipe, and that's another one for Team Dizzy.
They had to go somewhere though. I mean, I can see the sentiment, like you say, they're on 98%, they almost got it, but even if they got Uber there, I can't see it being the greatest Uber. You kind of want to be in, you know, taking your position. When you're on the 80s, 90s, you kind of want to be starting to move into a position where you can make that Uber worth something. So I don't know if that meant going back or going forward, basically, and just circumventing the players in lobby and pushing out to the point. But yeah, just decision making happening a little bit too slowly, but quite unlucky, as you say. As we do find ourselves back on another middle, Sparta rolling up big door, going up top left, as we do see early aggression on top left. But TonyTheTiger's been shut down immediately. That's a really nice thing for Fenneks. It's really nice not to have to worry about Stark. Flippy currently on the floor.
Good position. Early's jumping in onto Bull. He's missing all his shots. Like, he should have just like take the heal advantage and just like walk across the point, but he decided to jump in and no one followed up on that. So Zizi's going back in, and they do find the frags onto everyone pretty much. So that's a complete wipe. Like, he got juggled back from Stark, which is pretty decent, but Stark died immediately though, and then Ali was going back in, and then he kinda overrushed things again. Like, he jumped into the enemy combo and then just died, and there was no follow-up because people were fighting on the point, and he should have just like helped on the point and like find these frags together, played with the heals, and then like use this player advantage they had really early.
Yeah, I agree. It's unfortunate. These small mistakes again just costing them rounds from the look of things. As we do Bull survive, Sparrow Drop only sitting on 40%. They do have an NG, they do have a heavy. I'm not sure where that gun's going up. I actually can't find it despite my best efforts. Where the hell is it?
Sentry is on top right. It's just like moving it again. Yeah. I don't think he can like build it up on time. It's already getting spammed. Sentry's going down. Pyro's going down already. Tom is going down as well. So Dizzy's finding some frags here. It's only 2 alive for Fenneks, and that's another one for on the board for Team Zizzy. Like, see how Fenneks want to do this middle. Like, they had some solid middles, but let's actually see what the plan is for this middle.
Cup or soldiers jump, and if there's anyone top right, we focus them.
Yes. Didn't get them buffs.
Oh, sorry.
Demo stroke. I'm walking up now, walking up.
I'm jumping.
Demo took 50.
Demo is so weak.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Be careful.
Dead. Done. Wow, got raped by Rip.
Yes, yes.
Holy
The
shit, what a
read was
nice
real.
middle was from Dizzy was that. Like, they had soldier aggressive onto Ellie. He wasn't like getting shot at all. Then finds the frag onto Demo, and then they just sandwich them. Like, Scout was running in from behind, and like there was so much spam on top left area. Like, they got completely crushed there.
Yeah. If you as a demo, if you're playing top left and you get an early read that the enemy team wants to push like kind of straight onto you, it's so important. If you get that read, if you get that call, or you just feel they're going to go there, it's so important because you just spam pipes. You spam pipes as tiny choke, and they can't do anything. They either have to go back and get completely stuck, or they have to walk into your pipes, and this is what Rib did just there, and it completely crushed them. We see them pushing into last. Uber only finding a few frags, but actually 3 down now, 3 down for Fenneks. It's not looking promising. This game's kind of starting to get away from them, I feel, as the rounds are becoming thick and fast. I feel like it was 2-1 only about 5 minutes ago, and now we're looking at 5-1 match point for ZZ. Maybe you want to go to the ZZ comms, give them a victory lap.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Should keep on doing it, it works.
The first stick missed, then the second one hit for 100.
4 again. No, Demo is choke, he's slow.
Scat.
Coming top left now.
They're
Something
arrested.
truck. I'm weak.
Damage dead.
Oh, Solar
Scat on elbow.
Ah.
Behind
So
behind
dumb,
behind
Medic's really low.
Oh,
Elbow.
Solar choke still.
Medic really low.
I'm dead.
That's
Soldier
okay.
behind seal.
Solar.
Wow. I'm dead. Me and Reaper are dead.
Shotgun red. It's good to 50.
No. I'm on the soldier.
Flippy's on the solly. Flippy's on the
solly.
solly.
Scan is weak.
Nice.
Point. I'm going.
Focus scout.
Nice.
One
Nice.
medic. And it's a demo spawner.
Yes.
Nice. You get more points, Fen.
Like it's so well coordinated. Like the Easy was like good hero play there, finding like 2 frags onto the combo, but then like they just decide to go back in, and then they have the right focus fire, and then they just like using the DM ability of course as well, and then just like wiping them with like 3 against 4 I guess it was, and they had the medic up, so that's like just really nice focus fire by Zizzy.
Yeah, it seems like something Fenneks has struggled with is kind of knowing, oh, the spy pick from Damis onto Bull, this isn't over yet. But look, what I was about to say was something that Fenneks seem to have been struggling with so far this game is just kind of knowing how to play when their medic's up and the other team's medic is not. They never really seem to take advantage of these situations and playing the heals properly. And Frag's kind of just being traded at random at the moment. 3v3, but I mean, Sparrowrap stayed up for this entire time. So I think they're just going to sit, chill, wait for Uber. They haven't got numbers to push at the moment. Tom checking under just to make sure. They're going out to the mid. I thought it was quite interesting. The first call we heard when we went to the comms was Zebo calling floor again, referring to alle rolling out floor. Which kind of goes back to what I was saying about having that read on them pushing top left. Like often when you hear teams call like where the demo is, like they're reading the enemy team's strategy based on where the demo's rolling out. So we heard that call from Zebo. So yeah, just
We do have Tony the Tiger on spy though, and it looks like he's going for the last point, and it looks like there's no one around to stop him. So he's gonna get this cap, and this will make it 6-1 for Tony the Tiger.
Tony the Tiger leading Tony's Tigers to victory. It's just perfect.
Yeah, so pretty quick map, like again, like some advantages for Fenneks which weren't being used properly, and Dizzy like just with the control of the game the whole time pretty much, like even if they lost I guess 1 or 2 middles again, but like so strong and like doing it really well. So let's actually have a look to the logs here.
Logs. Always so like kind of so stacked when it's just these kind of role games. Tech again, just absolutely cleaning up fantasy points. 20k for that guy in fantasy TF2. Easy, currently pulling the wool over everyone's eyes, pretending they were playing some classes. I mean, whoever picked Stark is probably not having the best of times at the moment. 30k for what? 14 for 14.
Yeah, Flippy as well with like 20 caps, 19 kills, 10 assists, like pretty decent damage as well. So everyone who picked Flippy can be happy today. I guess caps are giving like so many points.
Yeah, I don't want to go into fantasy too much, but I think the cap situation on fantasy at the moment is kind of out of hand. It's just all about caps. But yeah, I mean, convincing win for Tony's Tigers. I mean, not really anything we can define them by. This doesn't really change anything for them. It's just kind of what was expected to happen. 5-0, 6-1, 7-2, these kind of results. But important, I think, for Fenneks to get a round on the board. Like I said, they've played 4 maps now, and we saw them get their first round of their Prem debut season today. So that's something. I mean, they've had really the worst fixtures anyone could really hope for, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. They're not playing TLR next week, so at least they're going to get something, like maybe a close game next week. But yeah, for your first few weeks in Prem, I mean, for half these guys, they've never played in Prem before. Like Damn Easy, alle. I'm not sure about the rest. Tom, I don't think those 3 at least have ever played Prem before. And these were their first few fixtures, so I mean, kind of a difficult start, but 1 round on the board today, so that's something.
Yeah, it really is. Like, as we saw, like on Snakewater, like they had some chances there. Like on Gullywash, I guess Zizi dominated like even more, even if they got 1 round out of it with the backup. But as you can see, like in the logs as well, it's like 6k more damage for Zizi on that point, and on Snakewater it was like only 2k more. So I don't know, they really got crushed on Gullywash here. But we do have some interviews coming here. We have Tony the Tiger and Zebbosai joining us from Tony the Tiger's team. So congratulations to you guys to that convinced victory.
Thank you.
Well played, Zebo!
Thank you.
Don't I get a well played?
No, kid, you cost me 30k. What the hell was that? 30k for that? No, I'm just kidding, I didn't buy you.
Who would? Wow. As soon as I moved him to Rome, I sold him and bought P and Atomic.
I've still got me.
So are you guys like happy with your performance in like Snake? Let's go for Snakewater first. Like, we saw Fenneks actually winning some of these middles, and they had like some advantages where they were pushing last, but you like just defended it pretty well, and then we saw like one push where you were coming out of your last and then pushed all the way back onto their last in like 1 minute or something. Like there was a really solid round and like a really solid push, like pushed all the way onto their last and won this round. But still, like, did you expect Fenneks to like show up this game? Like they had some advantages and all that stuff. So are you like happy with this game, or do you think you have to work on some stuff there, on middles for example?
It went pretty much as we'd expected it. I'm pretty bad on middle of Snakewater. I'm not sure if you saw the one mid where I tried to jump off a wall that wasn't there. But that happened, that was a thing. But if we were playing somewhere like Reason or TLR, I wouldn't have been affected in that mid, but it still kind of worked. Yeah, we're not very good on mid fights on Snakewater. It's not a very good map for us.
But Gully is even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. We will have alle joining us as well from Team Fenneks. So, but still, looking on your next picture, it's gonna be... Wait, who is it? Oh, it's our team actually, it's Danger Dogs. So how confident are you guys feeling on Snakewater and Viaduct? Did you even play Viaduct yet, or...?
We played Viaduct once.
And you got slapped!
Hello?
3-2 versus
3-2! You got wrecked 3-2.
What a wrecking.
So welcome alle as well.
Sorry, I like that.
You guys did have some like good situation, like we mentioned it already, that you had like some situation where you were winning middles and then pushed like all the way onto their last.
Yeah.
But you didn't manage to find a round on Snakewater. So what happened?
I mean, I did think, like you said, we did like resist a bit, but in the end, like they are just a way better team, and yeah, like we do way more mistakes and they capitalize on our mistakes more than we capitalize on theirs, and like just a lot of stuff like that that just makes them 5-0 or 6-1 or whatever it was. I don't remember.
Well, you're not disappointed at all, because well, not disappointed, maybe that's the wrong word, but did you think maybe you could have taken rounds on Snakewater, like the last pushes you made? I mean, there was one or two where you had advantage pushing last, and we had the comms on for one of them, and it sounded like you had a lot of miscommunication, like Hank or Denia thought you wanted both scouts, and Sparrow actually called for soldier demo, and these kind of things were happening.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe in a PCW you would have actually managed to like cap these rounds out? Because you did, like we noticed you generating a lot of advantages for yourselves. It was just a matter of converting them into rounds, I thought.
The comms were a bit messy, I think, because like everyone was really hyped to play or something. But I don't know. Like the one thing that I think that we maybe needed more was just like more how do you say it? Like stable coordination or like positioning. I don't know. Like main calling, for example. Like I don't know, man.
Translate for me, I'll help you out.
Just, you know, whew.
Like who's actually main calling for your team in that one? Like is it just whoever is like in the best position, or
Spirit is main calling.
Spirit,
I usually call them like middles and stuff, but the Spirit Rep usually calls pushes and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Well, looking onto your next fixture, it's going to be against the Russians, I guess, against 425.
Yeah.
So, I guess you can take some positives out of the game today against ZZ. Like, you had some good middles and, like, you could have had some good pushes and some good advantages and all the stuff,
Yeah.
but, like, how do you think you guys will perform against these guys? Like, they obviously have Forsaken and you're gonna face them on, like, Gullywash and Viad.
Like, we've done pretty well against them in scrims, so I feel like we should be able to win at least one map. Like, I feel
It's Viaduct.
Remember, man, it's
whenever
Forsaken
we played
and
against
Viaduct,
Forsaken,
Gullywash.
he hasn't been that good. Like, but we'll see, I guess, because Forsaken can be really fucking good.
And then they have that other sniper, whatever it's called, L something.
Kenzie?
Kenzie,
What?
there we go.
L Kenzie? Is he
K,
Spanish now?
K.
Elkins.
K
I
is
mean,
really
Pretty
good
close
too.
to K.
We'll do our best, and we'll see what happens. But I think we can take a map or two.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So, I guess I don't have anything else to add to this one.
I have a few more. I feel like I cut Zebo off before yelling about random things to do with Violet.
I lagged out, I'm sorry.
Well, earlier, Kratz was asking you about your match next week, and I made a terrible joke, and then you kind of didn't speak anymore after it, so that was kind of awkward for me. But I am interested to hear your thoughts about the match next week, because I personally rate dogs quite highly. I mean, people kind of talks about this Prem season as being a huge skill gap, but I think personally with 425 and dogs kind of sitting in the middle at the moment, at least the way the first matches have gone, I think that could be a reasonably interesting match next week. I don't know about you.
We've never actually ever played dogs, so I can't really rate them too much. I've only seen them once versus you, I think it was, in that official. But Viaduct, I think we should just win based off Flippy, and then I guess yeah, they could maybe get a round or two there, but I still think we'll come out on top.
Do you know any of the players? Like, do you feel like you kind of know what to expect, or are you just going to go in and just do it up?
I have no idea, really. I've never played it versus him. I've seen Scrab. I know he's like an up-and-coming scout. I saw Spud in your that official, and he looked good.
That was against TLR.
Oh yeah, it was TLR. I wasn't. Yeah, you casted. That's right. But no, I don't know them at all. Like Sheepy is of course pretty good. It's been around. But I don't know them at all. So.
Okay then.
It's gonna be interesting. Like, we're gonna play next week. So maybe we can do something as the underdogs, but we shouldn't focus too much on that game.
I'm hyped for it. I think it's going to be a good one. I could feel it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say, to be fair. I felt like, just wanted to hear a little bit more about that. So yeah, I'm out.
Congratulations to this victory again, and feel free to like add some shoutouts here. Like Zebbosai, alle.
Shout out to Knudson.
Shout out to Aurora.
Shout out to Knudson as well. I love that guy.
Alright,
Thank
so
you
this
for
is
casting.
Yeah, this was Team Fortress TV, guys. ETF2L Season 21, powered by TST eSports, a Week 2 fixture. Fenneks against Team Zizi, or Tony's Tigers, even. So yeah, was fun, and see you guys next time.